we have Yewande, who has also now done a Heat magazine interview, and she is throwing all kinds of shade. Like, this is just mouth-watering shade, just a shocking, gripping interview.
Laura and Curtis. This face tells me everything.
I just didn't see it coming. He's a fucking liar. I've seen this, right?
And now Joanna's at the picture as well. So is it a case of just he's now?
Is she ever in the picture?
I thought this.
Someone said, he will not be named, that like Barcelona was a Barcelona was Italy. That was.
Yeah. Jordan also said she'd be up for a coffee with you. Would you do that? Okay.
He just disrespected Amber so much in the last couple of episodes. It's just shocking to see, really.
Hey guys, it's Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Now, Yewande is the latest individual, the contestant from this series, who is now doing a kind of interview with the Heat magazine. I'm very glad that this was done at a timely manner. Although she was voted out, so not big bother. Although she literally was dumped from the island many moons ago, a couple of weeks now, she hasn't done any interviews as much as of yet. But now I feel like she's doing it at perfect timing because of what Michael is doing, and the behavior and everything that he is kind of expressing seems to be quite sad, especially to us as an audience. Now, before we get into this video, please do subscribe, click that button for daily and consistent content, and follow me on my Instagram at Murad_Murali as well. Just like I've done an analysis breakdown of the whole Danny and Jordan video, I thought I would do the same thing for Yewande's video. Now, she already spreads so many doubts on this Maura and Curtis stuff. She doesn't think it's real, she doesn't think it's genuine, and she thinks that it's just awkward and weird. Reason being was when these two were in the villa together, Maura and Yewande, Maura not once in her lifetime said that she even liked him.
Laura and Curtis. This face tells me everything.
I just didn't see it coming.
She even mentioned it at all to anyone in the villa. So perhaps we could argue that maybe Maura is playing one of the best games. Who really knows? And perhaps Jordan should have gone for Curtis and this wouldn't be happening. And Maura has now probably, saved her place in the villa because she's got somebody who is obviously a regular, original member from the beginning. And although he may be hated or disliked from the audience, she definitely now has somebody that prevents her from being dumped from the island. But at the same time, she is throwing shade on that, and I feel like maybe this shade has substance, or maybe she's just being, shady and whatever. Throughout this interview, I would say I preferred it much more than the Jordan and Danny interview, and I think that's because Yewande actually has one thing that these two lack, and that is personality. And when you have personality in any video, people are going to normally attach themselves to you, a bridge is formed, and it's just enjoyable to watch. And I feel like this interview, I was able to watch all of it, whereas the Danny and Jordan, I was kind of getting tired, I was doing things, I wasn't really watching at the same time. So I feel like personality is key, which we obviously all know when it comes to Love Island. And unfortunately with this season, there aren't many great personalities for us to attach ourselves to. Then she gets into Michael.
You were coupled up with him right at the beginning. Is this just a completely different Michael?
Yeah, like the Michael I left is like kind, understanding, considerate, and like now he's just like, who the hell are you?
And she trashes him completely, saying that it's abysmal, he's shocking, she's very upset, she's annoyed by it, and she really wants Amber to not go with Michael and go with Greg. In terms of who she'll pick, I actually have no idea. I can't really predict that. I feel like she might pick Michael only because I feel like he has more substance in his villa than Greg, because he's been in the villa for a long time, and it will obviously entice us to see more of the Michael and Amber stuff. So from a production perspective base, I feel like Michael might stay and Greg will go home, but we will see how it goes down. She trashes him completely, and she even says, was Joanna even in the picture?
And now Joanna's at the picture as well. So is it a case of just he's now?
Is she ever in the picture?
I thought this.
And I find this hilarious because Jordan and Danny were so pressing throughout the interview with how Joanna and Michael were real, how they're strong, and how they love each other or like each other or lust or whatever. And we have Yewande saying, was Joanna even in the picture? Was she even there? And I've expressed myself that Joanna is there to play a role. So it's funny how people who weren't in the villa at that time were able to make accurate predictions, as opposed to people like Jordan and Danny who were actually in the villa. So I do find that to be quite hilarious, just in general, because surely your prediction would be more accurate if you were in the villa at the time this was going on, but apparently not. at all. And then this whole Danny stuff gets into it. Now, this is what I find hilarious, because Danny did say that in an interview that he did message her and she aired the DM and she didn't reply and it was left on scene. Now, the word left on scene means that you've opened the message, you've seen it, but you have not replied. Now, A, you might be busy, or B, you've been aired. So Yewande is denying all of this, and she goes on to say that Danny is an effing liar.
He's a fucking liar. I've seen this, right?
And she's tremendously irritated and upset by it, but like in a kind of gleeful manner, not like in a harmful manner. And she's like, well, I didn't see the message, and when I did see it, then I did reply, so it must have been left there for a while. She didn't actually open it. So if you don't open the message on Instagram, it doesn't become seen. So therefore, he's saying that it was seen on the get-go, but she's saying it's not. So I think I'll take her word for it. And again, Danny's being caught in a few lies. And the interviewer is obviously being quite funny, because he's like, maybe you and Jordan should go for coffee sometime. And the face she gives, I find her face is absolutely hilarious. And the shady face that she is giving, I just find it just ridiculously, just so addictive to watch. Like, this is what I mean, personality, shady, just bring it. Like, this is what we need, content, literally just inject it and let us just enjoy it. And I feel like this was an interview that I was able to watch properly. And she was like, what do we have to go for an interview for? The only thing we've got in common is Danny. And it's true, like, I'm grateful for the honesty. Why would you want to go on dinner with somebody? It's going to be awkward now if maybe that's why she wasn't, I don't know, but like when I went to this event yesterday, maybe that's why she didn't come to the event, because she knew that they were coming and she didn't really want to talk to them. So I don't even know, that might be the tea for why I didn't see Yewande yesterday, or why I didn't see Danny and Jordan. Maybe either of them thought, I don't want to be talking to either, which is actually a good point, because there weren't that many that were invited, but these three definitely were. Which is a shame, because it would have been nice to have met her. But I do find it funny as well, because then she goes on to just say that Amber is just the baddest B word. She's strong, she's this, like, I like her, the support. And I'm just like, bring her back into the villa just to read these heifers and really just support Amber, because I feel like she really needs somebody.
Did she say that? To be up for coffee?
Yeah.
But we have nothing to talk about. All we have in common is Danny. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Anna really is a ride or die, but sometimes, especially in the last week, I feel like she's been a bit flippy floppy, and this is what Yewande stresses on. She stresses on the fact that I feel like she was saying that Anna isn't as strong right now for her and finds it quite disappointing. And you know, she does express that Anna needs to do far more for the friend, because Amber is going through a lot, and you are now clearly in a great relationship with Jordan, who Yewande also says that apparently Jordan isn't getting a good edit and that he is far more funny and hilarious. And to be honest, I feel like that's quite interesting, because with Jordan, we don't really get a good positive edit. We get an edit where he's just there agreeing with the boys and everything, and sometimes with good scenes with Anna, or you know, too much overtly sexual scenes with Anna, but we don't really see him being funny or hilarious or humor. We've stressed, and the guys don't have humor apart from Ovi. So this could be a reason, maybe it's to do the editing. Yewande then also goes on to talk about how she really likes Ovi, and that she really wanted someone like him to come in with this whole Danny stuff, to the point where she even calls Danny a useless somebody on Twitter. That tweet had me in tears. It's just hilarious. It's just the honesty. It helps to really just bring kind of popularity on Twitter, because you're really just being yourself, and it really helps to just integrate with something like that, because it shows genuinity and authenticity. But at the same time, I feel like this interview was great. She shaded the hell out of Joanna, Jordan, and Danny, and Michael especially. She praised Amber and even shaded more on Curtis' relationship, because she doesn't even know who Curtis is in the game that he's playing. She also admits that, and also reflects that Anna is somebody who isn't showing as much love to Amber right now, and that Jordan is getting a bad, not really bad, like a kind of a weird edit. So that was kind of an overview breakdown analysis. I feel like she was just being genuine herself, like she's just into it, the personality. If you have a natural personality, that is something that does not come with good looks. That is something that is like a character building force. Whether you are in primary school, secondary school, or college, these are the kind of like primary areas where you build your personality, and it's a very character building kind of process that does take quite a few years, and something that you just naturally have to do. And a lot of people don't have that, unfortunately, and then you don't realize it until when you grow older how much personality is important. Because people always say, oh, you know, personality makes somebody so unattractive if they're bad, no matter how good looking they are. And when I was young, I always think, beloved, they're so good looking, it doesn't matter. But then when you get older and you actually realize that, wow, like someone's personality make them look and feel so unattractive, it's actually so sad. Same thing's going on for Danny right now, or Jordan, or Michael. Like, they're just such unlike characters. Like, he's just like gone, bye. Let me know what your thoughts are on this interview analysis. Do follow me on my Instagram at Murad_Murali, and do subscribe to my channel. Please click that button. Comment down below. I read all your comments, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.